And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to being your consumer advocate, all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions, avoiding commission-based advice, and making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so we can help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number. And also bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors there on our website at consumerqb.com. You can also submit an email form from the website that's going to come directly through to myself and my team. And we're going to make sure we get right back to you before our head hits the pillow. And this segment is brought to you by Taps Restaurant, a local gastro pub and burger bar located at the International Plaza on Bay Street. And they've got a restaurant that offers outdoor patio seating, and your furry friends are welcome. Yes, your dogs are welcome at our restaurant partner, Taps Burger Bar and Gastro Pub, 2223 Northwest Shore Boulevard in Tampa. Great ambiance, very cool ownership as well. And the general manager, I met him. Very cool people there. Ambiance is awesome. Friendly staff. Check them out at the West Shore, the International Plaza on West Shore Boulevard. Taps Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And in studio today, Diane Vance, local mortgage lender. Welcome back in.
Oh, thank you for having me, Brandon. I'm happy to be in today. I'm going to talk a little bit about getting pre-approved.
Awesome. Get pre-approved. We're talking about Fairway Independent Mortgage supporting the local economy, DianeVance.com as well. And you brought Jeannine Smith with you today. Welcome in, Jeannine.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. All right. Also with Fairway Independent Mortgage as well. And are you a loan officer, I'm assuming?
I am.
Okay.
And with Veterans Day, right, just happening and all the great things that everybody's doing for veterans, we want to do a spotlight on VA loans.
Very cool. So VA loans, 100% financing, lots of great options for the veterans out there, and lots of low down payment options as well. Just in general, there's ways that you can get creative with the financing on seller concessions. You can have the seller give concessions, and that's going to move money from their side of the equation over to your side of the equation and help you with your down payment assistance. So we'll dive deeper into that as well, and things happening here in Tampa Bay. As you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, and our goal is to help you win in your negotiations, whether you're buying, selling, or investing here in Tampa Bay. And we just listed a hot new property in Tarpon Springs, 216 North Spring Boulevard in Tarpon Springs. Now, this one is a walking distance away from the sponge docks and downtown and all the fun stuff that you have in that beautiful area. 216 North Spring Boulevard, Tarpon Springs, large home, wood flooring throughout, gorgeous kitchen and updated kitchen as well, dark wood cabinetry, and just a really nice ambiance in this home. Beautiful backyard as well, opportunity for a pool, and it has the huge downstairs. The downstairs has enough room for a bowling alley down there. If you want to throw a bowling alley in your house or a gym or a home-based business, great opportunity here in beautiful Tarpon Springs, Florida. Hot listings, compliments of the Platinum MVP team. 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach is also a gorgeous property. Beach property, close to living next to Hulk Hogan and the CEO of Spanx and all the celebrities that live in that community on the north side of the beach. You're literally 200 steps from the sugar sands and dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach. If you purchase for $699,000, we're priced below the comparables. 861 Mandalay Avenue, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. There's actually a 3rd bedroom in the back. We can't count it though per the MLS rules because it doesn't have a closet. 861 Mandalay Avenue. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, so Diane Vance in the house. I thought we'd start off with some statistics here. We talked about Pinellas County stats last time. 4,883 properties at the end of August. The lowest number in the last 6 years in inventory. And let's just flash these numbers up here for the Hillsborough side. So in Hillsborough, you've got 5,900 properties, active listings at the end of September. That's 5,901 properties available at the end of September, slightly up year over year. And then if you come down here and you look at the solds, 2179 sold at the end of September, that equals a 36.9% absorption rate, 2.71 months of supply, which equals a seller's market, Diane.
Still.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. We have been very busy. There's lots of buyers wanting houses. They just cannot find the ones they like or what they want because everybody keeps scooping them up.
Yeah.
So I want to talk today about getting pre-approved. We have a program called a 3-2-1 Go program. It's basically you get pre-approved before you have a property so that all we need once you have that property is an appraisal and the title work. And
Nice.
You're all through underwriting, all that work is done. So it's not any stress. It's nice and easy. So we have that program. We also have what is called a lock and shop. Interest rates have bumped up a little bit in the last few days because of the trade talks. You never know what's real or what's not.
Yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
it just depends on what happens, but they aren't, they're still very low. Historically, I actually brought some historic numbers. Let's see here, it's been since 1980 we went down in numbers. It's the lowest since 1980. Our interest rates are the lowest they've been.
Wow.
So it's a good time to actually get involved and get in and get pre-approved. But if interest rates would go up or start to go up, we have a program, like I said, that is a lock and shop, and it locks you in at an interest rate, and then if the interest rates drop during that time, then we give you the lower interest rate. So it's really a win-win situation.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's the interest rate that we give on that program is a little higher, but that's just to protect us in case rates do go up. But you're always going to get the lowest of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great program, and it's a lot of people utilize it. But it's called the 3-2-1 Go program. Get fully pre-approved, so there are no questions about anything on your loan.
Very cool. All right. So Diane Vance, now you're the regional manager. You are basically covering most of the southeast region here of Florida. You guys do a lot of volume. I think you said you're a top 10 lender.
Actually, top 4.
Top 4.
Yeah,
okay. Wow.
yeah.
Awesome.
We're actually number 1 in USDA, number 1 in FHA.
Nice.
And we are the top 4 lenders now. So
Very cool.
Our branch personally is up just last month, almost 20% for the year.
Congratulations.
So
awesome.
we are definitely, and we're big purchase money. We do refinances, but most of our deals are purchases. So and I'm the area manager for the local market, and I always hiring great loan officers. So if there's anybody out there that is interested, just have them give me a call.
Yeah, DianeVance.com is the website as well. Now, do you want to introduce Jeannine a little bit to our audience
Well,
here?
Jeannine Smith came to us. As you know, Brandon, my son-in-law is in the military. Matter of fact, he's stationed in Germany right now. He's going to be in he has another 6 years left or so. And Jeannine's husband has actually retired after 26 or 25 years. Jeannine has been with us for 3 years.
Wow.
And she's a great loan officer. She's a VA specialist, which a lot of us are, but she because of her husband and because of her moving all over the world and having to restart every time.
Yeah.
But she's they were settled in, and she has a wealth of knowledge. She's been in the business for how many years?
13 years.
13 years, yeah.
Nice.
Long time. My group actually has a lot of experience. Most of our loan officers have been in 10 years of at least 10 or more. So
lots of experience here.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about what you love about doing VA loans and loans in general.
I do all the loans out there, but of course, the VA loans are something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about giving back to the veterans. These men and women do so much for our country. So I figured this is an appropriate time around Veterans Day. It's great to see all the businesses giving back. And then I like to do workshops to explain, because there's so many misconceptions about VA loans.
Yeah.
I know this is a short time to do it in, but just to give you an idea, a lot of people think they're harder to do, and it's absolutely the opposite. I think the VA loan is probably the best loan program out there for anyone who qualifies for it.
But let's pause right there. Why is that stigma out there? I think a lot of times it's the sellers that say, oh, well, should we do an FHA loan or a VA loan? We heard that they're harder to do.
Right. In the past, it used to be where the VA appraisers, it took much longer. Here, actually, Diane can tell you as well that the VA, our appraisals are coming in half the time of normally less than 5 business days for VA loans. And I think a lot of it comes down to the sellers think that they have to pay more in fees and for the veteran, and that's not the case. It's with anything, you negotiate these closing costs and things like that. But honestly, there aren't really any extra fees that the seller has to pay. And by not offering VA, accepting VA financing, they're actually limiting the pool of buyers that are out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great loan, and especially, I don't know if you know this, but in January, the VA is doing a lot of updates, and one of them is there's not going to be a cap on the 100% financing.
You need to buy $1 million house.
Yes.
Wow.
If the customer, and believe me, another misconception is that veterans do not qualify for, larger loans, and that couldn't be, especially in this area, that couldn't be any more further from the truth.
Yeah.
And so again, a lot of those properties that we're showcasing right here are VA eligible, and they can get in with 100% after
100% financing, seller concessions help pay for the third-party cost, the closing cost, and up to $1 million or more.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But the seller does not have to pay it. It's negotiated just like everything else.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's great. Yeah, a lot of times I think, oh, well, they're going to be more stringent on the appraisal. It's tougher on the appraisal. Those are some of the misconceptions that people have out there around it. And of course, as the military, you've got people that are retiring from the military. There are engineers. There's attorneys in the military. There's all types of positions.
SOCOM and SITCOM here.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of, there are a lot of retirees in the Tampa Bay area. I don't know if it's still true, but I know at one time we had the most retirees in this area are located in the Tampa Bay area for military.
Wow.
That was a few years ago. I don't know if that's still the case, but a lot of people are misunderstandings because, and one thing that the VA allows is that if there is an appraisal discrepancy, let's say the appraiser comes in lower, they let the realtor know right away, and they have a few days to try and do some additional comps to help.
Right.
And so they let them know, and then that actually goes through the VA itself. So it's
excellent.
It is not anything like it used to be, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But there are no additional fees for a VA home.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it helps you understand as well as maybe a younger veteran that's kind of at this point of first-time buyer status. Hey, we've talked about plenty of times buying a duplex or a triplex or a quad. You can buy up to 4 units with that VA certificate, and now you're going to have investment property. You're going to have people paying your mortgage. So awesome opportunity. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to dive deeper into some of the other loan programs, maybe talk about the renovation loan programs out there and other down payment assistance programs as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a feel-good story of the day coming at you as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So stay with us. Do not touch that dial. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook, and of course, link up on LinkedIn. We would love to connect. We'll see you right after this break.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with D'Angelo Star.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week of 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember
be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and changed them.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back their right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step Image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
You're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We want to help you win in your real estate business, negotiations, buying, selling, or investing. We're also hiring agents to our team as well here with the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Fairway Independent Mortgage also looking for loan officers as well. Diane had mentioned earlier. So any loan officers, real estate agents out there, we'd love to talk to you about potentially appearing on our show, helping you grow your celebrity, grow your sphere of influence, and understand how we're utilizing the power of media, radio and TV, also coupling that with social media and internet marketing. And this segment is brought to you by Infinity Medical Institute. 10 years in the business, over 40,000 patients successfully treated, and they are the leading experts in bio-natural hormone replacement therapy serving the greater Tampa, Florida area. Infinity Medical Institute's exclusive hormone therapy options are not only the most effective in our field, but also cannot be duplicated anywhere else. They use pellet hormone replacement therapy as another option, and weight loss is a benefit that you have as well. They offer low T therapy, weight loss plans, cosmetic services like Botox, improved sexual wellness, and increased energy as well. Check them out online, infinitymedicalinstitute.com. Infinity Medical Institute, located at 1715 Northwest Shore Boulevard, suite number 100, right here in Tampa. It's between the two malls. You got Boy Scout or the International Plaza Mall and the West Shore Mall right there on West Shore. And they are online at infinitymedicalinstitute.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got a $2 million listing in Port Richey I want to let you know about here. This is a gorgeous opportunity, 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. Ultimate security here as well. You got 2 gates to get through before you can even get on the street. Now, this property is waterfront with, of course, bay access direct out into the deep waters. So you're out there fishing for grouper and all types of great fish at 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. Bring your boat to the 6,700 square foot beautiful palace here in beautiful Port Richey, Florida. Great opportunity to own real estate here in Tampa Bay. 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa is a 2-story home, completely renovated pool home with bay access out into Upper Tampa Bay. A large lanai with screened-in lanai here, large pool, boat dock. Bring your boat again to this freshwater canal home, 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. Hot real estate property listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so we got Diane Vance in the house, Fairway Independent Mortgage, Jeannine Smith as well, Fairway Independent Mortgage as well. So we're talking about all types of different loan programs. You got the VA, FHA, renovation type loans, lots of down payment assistance. Why don't we start there? I think that's, again, just another misconception, Diane. People think, oh, I got to have 20% down payment.
Yeah, you don't.
No, you don't.
Especially if you're a first-time home buyer. You can actually purchase with 3% down or 3.5% if you're not a first-time home buyer. And that's the FHA. But we also have down payment assistance program. The Florida Housing just came out with a new program for down payment assistance, and it is effective November 18th. And it's a 0% interest rate forgiven over 5 years, and it's either 20% of the, or I'm sorry, 3% of the purchase price, or 4%, depending on your income limits. I don't have all the details. They just announced it like yesterday.
Nice.
So that is coming out. There's some down payment assistance in Hillsborough and Pinellas County that are local, like in the city limits
like
of Tampa.
And stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tampa Bay, CDC, those type of things.
Yep.
There's programs in each different areas that are normal programs. They just help with the down payment. Freddie Mac has a program that is it can go up to $1,500 towards closing costs. That is their way of trying to get some first-time home buyers in properties. And the renovation loans, you can actually do a renovation loan. And what we do is we do the purchase price plus the home improvement. So if you have a really ugly house and you like the house, you just think it's ugly inside and you want to do a new kitchen or bathroom or whatever, then you can actually do renovation loans on conventional, FHA, and VA.
Wow.
Now, the VA is a maximum of $35,000, but it's available for all of those. And we take the purchase price plus the renovation, and of course the appraisal has to come in at that price, which is sometimes the challenge. But and then your down payment is based on that. And so you get a general contractor to do the work, and then we go in and we actually approve it based on the new home improvement value. And then your down payment is, so you can put as little as 5% down on that program.
Yeah, those are awesome. Those are strong programs. Those are, the after repair value is what you're using in terms of the appraisal. So Jeannine, let's go back to Jeannine. So what's your favorite type of loan? Who do you like to help, or maybe even a recent success story?
Well, I work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and again, the VA just basically people that think that they can't do it.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of that. And there's a lot of, I guess we can't really name big military or VA banks around here, but a lot of people think that if they'd been turned down by a bank, or especially banks that go out, they basically are for the veterans, that they can't get the loan done. And that's it's a wonderful thing
true.
when you're like, it's not true.
Yeah. And renters, what about renters out there? They're paying about 30 to 40% more than they need to, right?
Yes, exactly. Almost every loan I'm doing, I would say they're saving about 20% off of the rent.
Wow.
And the misconception is they think that they have to, again, coming back to large down payments or, closing costs. And there's a lot of ways around that. So I would encourage people that are renting and paying a lot of money for rent to start putting that wealth towards their own.
Yeah, building up their own wealth instead of their landlord's wealth. Yeah. Let's do a rent versus own analysis, Diane. Before I tee it up, can you explain what that rent versus own analysis is?
Yeah, basically what it is, if they text you with the amount of rent they're paying, I will go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison of the amount of rent they're paying and how much they could purchase, and actually they'll be shocked to see how much rent they're actually. I think we did one for $1,200, and it was like, and I'm doing it by memory now, but I think it was like $85,000 for rent, and you actually had a principal amount that you gained of $29,000. So I do that. I do it side by side so they can actually see exactly where they're at in 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
So we're in the business of building wealth.
Yeah.
And one of the best ways to build wealth is through your real estate that automatically will appreciate.
Absolutely.
So that is, instead of building somebody else's wealth, start thinking about building your own wealth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a rent versus own analysis for the first 5 listeners that text in. If you text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to 813-670-7372, just text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to 813-670-7372. That's our hotline. We're going to make sure we get right back to you on that, and we're going to follow you up with, okay, what's your name and email? Let's get your name and email here, but then we're going to get you in touch with Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. She's going to do, again, like she said, side by side. She's going to compare the numbers. Hey, if you're paying $1,200 in rent a month, over 5 years, it was $85,000 that you're paying. So 12 times 12 times 12, you add the numbers up, it breaks down to $85,000 in 5 years. Plus, you're building up equity. So now you're able to build up equity in your own home. And it may not be for you. It may be for a loved one. Just why don't you text the word rent to our hotline, 813-670-7372. And we'll put you in touch with Diane Vance and her team. Again, top 4 lender in the country. They're going to have the best rates, the best programs. And the big difference is you're not walking into that local bank on the corner that took the bailout money. These are folks that are here locally in the Tampa Bay area. You'll be able to meet with them face to face. They've got lots of other programs that some of these other banks don't have. So it's going to help you save time and money when it comes to getting your new home and getting out of that renting situation. So I want to thank Diane Vance. I want to thank Jeannine as well for coming in today. And when we come back, more from our expert contributors coming in. We've got Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy, and a feel-good story of the day. A 14-year-old girl finds way to solve blind spots in cars right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up. TV, hey, it's Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62, who knew? I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62, who knew?
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore. Ask an attorney about Florida law.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and changed them.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50+ show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step Image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace as a consumer advocate here in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate-based radio and TV show. 4 o'clock drive time right here on AM 860 The Answer, weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone. And we also are syndicated on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku. You can find us on our YouTube channel as well. Over 90 different outlets here with the Consumer Quarterback Show, and online at consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. They did a great job moving my family. And if you're planning a local or long-distance move, I highly recommend Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we've got a couple of hot property listings here in Tampa Bay. 2703 63rd Terrace. This is a duplex that we have over in St. Petersburg, a duplex. And you have a great opportunity to have passive income, cash flow coming from 2703 63rd Terrace in St. Petersburg. Live in one side, rent the other out. You got VA financing up to 100% financing for our veterans out there on up to 4 units. And FHA, and you got other loan programs as well with just 3% down. So great opportunities here to purchase real estate in Tampa Bay. 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach, one of my favorite listings. This is literally 200 steps from the sugar sands of North Clearwater Beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and actually has a 3rd bedroom. You can't count it though because of the MLS rules. It doesn't have a closet, but great opportunity here for a beach property. $699,000, priced below the comparables on the beach. Hot real estate properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. I'll take it. So, all right, so we got Thomas King in studio here, Florida Firearms Academy. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, Brandon, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in, and you brought a couple of your neighbors
These
here as
are
well.
my neighbors.
Kim Kasem, Pride Strength Training. Welcome in.
Thank you.
All right, and we got Jeff Walters as well from Pride.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about today here. Give us a little teaser.
Pride's a facility I opened about 1.5 years ago. Based on, our gym is a little bit different. We're based on assessments that actually help you transform your body, but based on the science of what we know about your body to help you get there.
Nice, all about science. Breaking it down. You can break it down for calories, time in, time out, and the way that you're utilizing the facility. So you're located right next to Florida Firearms Academy. Florida Firearms Academy located on West Hillsborough Avenue, just east of the flea market there in Oldsmar.
East of the flea market and west of West Chase.
West of West Chase, east of
I just had this amazing conversation with them out there about what to eat and all that. I mean, just so amazing. Good stuff that
Not
I
really
never
about
knew.
what to eat.
Not what to eat, yeah.
How many calories?
The things that I thought were important are not even important at all. So,
Yeah.
wow, amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So let's talk about self-defense too here, because we talk a lot about self-defense on the program, and you've educated us a lot over the years on training and concealed
weapon,
carry.
permanent home invasion. I mean, Florida Firearms Academy does 40 different types of classes, but today I want to talk to you about something that I thought would help out bosses, business owners, maybe CEOs, because I witnessed something this weekend and it really irked me. I was in the store and this boss guy was screaming at these employees. So I went over later and I asked these employees what was going on, and they said they were getting yelled at because they didn't tell the customers at checkout, hey, would you like to donate $1? I'm like, is that why this guy was like cussing you guys out? And they're like, yeah. So I like, does that happen a lot? And I go, oh God, it's all the time. I just thought that was horrible. So first off, if you're that, you are not or never will be the boss guy. I mean, the truth is, you need to lead by example, right? And you as a leader, as a team leader, you try to do everything you can for your employees or whoever to make it right for them. So it's kind of nerve-wracking to me to see people treat you like this. The truth is, I probably work for my employees. I mean, I do everything that I possibly can to make their goals come true, to get them their education paid for, to whatever I can to make their job easier and more fun and more excitable. So the crazy part is right now that most people that this is going to be a hard pill for people to swallow, and it's hard for them to understand. But if you what I'm doing right now is the hardest part to understand is you as a business owner, no one's going to care about your business as much as you do. Right. It's just a fact. No one has as much skin in the game as you do. You're the one putting all the liability, the responsibility. You have all the burden on top of your head. Even your top tier employee, they're not going to have as much skin in the game. So what I'm doing, I'm actually giving part of my business to one of my employees that actually deserved it. And the reason why that's the hard part to swallow, the reason why I do that is because now this person is going to care for our business as much as I care about the business. And the more people that you have caring for your business, that's right, all it's going to do is tear up and go up and up and up. Yeah. So if you're that guy that has to sit up on top of that ladder and just yell at people all day long, that's not going to get you anywhere. And those people probably don't want to work there, and they don't want to work for you. That's right. So if you think about it like this, if you rent a car, do you wash and wax it and before you turn it in? Right. No, because you don't own it, right? If you own the car, then you're going to make sure you put good gas in, you're going to clean it, you're going to wax it. So as an owner, you're going to take pride in it and more responsibility for it. Yeah. So I think I think the main thing is you have to remember, if you are at the top of the ladder, help all your employees get up there with you, because first off, it's lonely at the top, right? Yeah. And the second part is once they all get there, they're going to have so much more respect for you. They're going to have so much more dedication to you. So if you are, the one thing that you need to remember is this: you're that guy up at top of the ladder, but all these people helped you get up there, and don't ever forget that. That's the main thing. So I know you're a Tony Robbins big mentor fan. So what would you say, as Brandon, what would you say to the people out there? What do you do to make them motivated, to get them happy, to get them excited? What do you do?
Well, you mentioned Tony. What he does, he talks a lot about ESOP programs, so employment stock option programs. And then even Keller Williams, the #1 real estate company in the world, one of the big pillars of how they've grown, our company has grown to be the #1 real estate company in the world, is that each market center, Clearwater, South Tampa, all the different market centers, the owners of those market centers, they take 50% of the profit every month and they give it back to the employees.
I love it.
So 50% of the money goes to the employees, and it's all based on tenure and who you brought in, kind of like that type of a stair stepper type thing. But a situation where you're developing that culture of raving fans, right?
Right. And you know what? The people, if you're talking down to them, you're going to constantly have a revolving door of employees, right?
Yeah.
And that's time that you have to spend in training people. But once you treat them really good with respect, they're going to stay there and they're going to be happy and they're going to enjoy it. So the time and money that you're saving with that revolving door is just one little factor that's going to help you out. Plus, if they actually like it there, they're going to help sell your product or whatever they need to move for you. It's going to be a better situation. They're going to leave their problems at the door and they're going to work on what they need to do, and that's the job.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of times when you think about the situation of the boss, the employees, the hierarchy of an organization, the more that culture can be about caring for the customers. And then you have not only external customers, you got internal customers.
Exactly, right.
So you got your internal customers, the employees that you want to go above beyond in certain situations when things like that happen.
Mm-hmm. What's your main #1 goal do you work together as a team or do you always with the Keller Williams, do you work all with the employees there? Or?
Well, the team approach is what we've really grown and grasped lately, and so everybody has their strengths. So what they want to do is you want to do your Myers-Briggs or your different type of personality test and figure out, hey, what's your strength? Are you more introverted, extroverted? Are you high D, or what's your style? What's your learning style, right? Mm-hmm. So with me, I focus more on listings because that's what I'm good at. I'm good at getting listings.
The strengths.
That's right. So focus on talking to for sale by owners, expireds, getting listings listings. And then from there, what Gary Keller wrote in the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book is it's leads, listings, and leverage. So when you get listings, it's going to lead to more leads because buyers are going to call that listing sign. It's going to lead to the seller across the seat saying, "Oh, I'm going to sign in with him because he's got listings in this neighborhood." And then the leverage piece is where you know anything that thinking about the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your success is generated from 20% of the things that you do on a daily basis. Those key tasks, right? So anything outside of that 20% for me, the idea for leverage is to hire an assistant. Now let them focus on those things that you don't really want to do and you're not good at, and it's not the best use of your time.
Exactly. I just had this company meeting last week at Florida Firearms Academy. All the employees came, so they got paid to eat, they got paid to shoot, they got free ammunition, and then we also had an amazing company meeting. So it's like the little things that you do that really take it to that next step that makes people happy and enjoy what they do and where they're working at.
That's right. Yeah, one of my previous companies too, when I had 28 employees at one time, what I did is I brought in the chair massage, every once a quarter. Get a 30-minute massage at your desk and move down the line. So those are things that you can do. But it's pretty cool that you brought this topic in to talk about today.
Actually, one thing, I was actually having your wife come in at that meeting. I hired her for she was doing this whole spiritual thing with all the employees, stress relief and all that.
The meditation.
And at times, it may not just be work. It could be home or house or pet or family. And those are the kinds of things that you need to relieve. You have to have that balance in life, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially working out too, right?
Yeah, when you're working out, it's just the whole part of the business or the body. You've got the spiritual, the mental side, the work side, and then to have the physical, the physical side, in peak performance state. That's a big part of it. So let's jump into that after we come back. We're going to talk with Kim Kasem, Pride, Jeff Walters as well, Pride Strength Training, and neighbors of Florida Firearms Academy right there in Oldsmar on the beautiful area of Oldsmar there in Florida, just off of Hillsborough Avenue, and Thomas King in studio as well, Florida Firearms Academy. And our feel-good story of the day, 14-year-old girl finds way to solve blind spots in cars, and she wins a really handsome prize for that. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckles.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 who knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62 who knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and changed them.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back their rights. I've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step Image. I love that name because You were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know
listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate business. And we would love to talk to you buying, selling, or investing. Reach out to us here at the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'd love to talk to you. This segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. And I love taking my family down, hanging out. 2 pools on site. They got Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant there as well. And they got Standing Ovations coming up this time of year as well. If you haven't seen Standing Ovations, it's really cool. They come in, they bring these talented artists, and they create these awesome sandcastles, and it's just a really cool opportunity to check it out over at the Bilmar Beach Resort, 10650 Gulf Boulevard, Treasure Island. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Book directly with Clyde Smith. He's the general manager. Give him a call. Let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take him up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're going to tell you something good here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
A 14-year-old Pennsylvania girl has won $25,000 for her innovative car design that would have make blind spots non-existent. Elena Glasser, West Grove, presented her project called Improving Automobile Safety by Removing Blind Spots to Society for Science and Public Broadcasters, and that's math, applied science, technology, engineering, and rising stars. Although she's too young to drive, Glasser explained that her inspiration for her project came from watching her mother struggle with blind spots on the road. Quote, I did that by having a camera, the pillar of the car, and the camera sent a video projector that projected the image into the pillar, Gassler explained, making it invisible and making the driver to be able to see behind it. And Gassler was awarded her innovation for her life-saving innovation and earned the top place at the nationwide competition with $25,000, the foundation prize in honor of STEM science and excellence. So that's pretty cool. The science and technology
and a paycheck.
Yeah, $25,000. Nice.
That was actually really neat.
Nice college starter fund right there, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk to Kim Kasem here, Pride, and also we got Jeff Walters as well, strength training, Pride strength training. Tell us a little bit what we need to know. What are some, like Thomas was mentioning, what are some of the misnomers about strength training and maybe some of your common complaints that you see people making?
The reason I basically opened the facility, because for a long time I was overtraining, undereating, had no idea how to train, when to train, how much I should train. I wasn't happy with my body, didn't know how to get there, what to do. So basically my trainer, who is still my trainer today, Jeff, basically took me under his wing. I followed a program that he had designed for me. I met Dr. Campbell with USF, the exercise science director there, learned about my body through the assessments. So I wanted to open a facility to help other people. So I invested in all those assessments, and that's what our facility does.
Nice. Okay.
In a nutshell.
Yeah. And so you're helping people with personal training, fitness plans, all the above, huh?
Basically, with our assessments, we're able to tell you exactly how many calories your body needs just to sustain your life. Yep. So we can actually tell you that number and help you with that and help you learn to actually feed your body so that you can be the best that you can be, but also how to train. So our trainers actually can write programs for you. We can help you. We have group classes to basically help you reach your goals.
Now, Jeff, I want to ask you a question. Over time, there's all these different fads. You got the the Atkins diet, which tells people, just eat as much meat and fats and stuff, right? I mean, eliminate the carb. You get all these fads and trends and these things. And one of the ones I've heard lately is the intermittent fasting, where I guess you just pretty much skip breakfast. You wait till 12, 1, 2 o'clock to eat your lunch. What's your thoughts on those types of programs?
For me, we just focus on calories in. So if someone can get, let's say, 2,500 calories for that day in that window, so some of the intermittent fasting windows are 4, 6, 8 hours, then that's what they eat. Yeah, we kind of sort of do it anyway daily, because we sleep for about 8 hours, the average person, and then we eat for the rest of the time. Those people who are doing intermittent fasting just have a shorter window. So what we do at Pride, we focus on the amount of calories you need for your body, add in the activity level, which introduces more calories. Then if you want to lose weight, we subtract a certain amount. If you want to gain weight, then we add a certain amount. So we don't advocate too much fad diets. We just advocate, okay, this is how much you need for your height and weight.
I got you.
This is what you eat.
So it's like a math equation, essentially. It's, hey, you're going to burn this many calories. Your body mass index is this. You weigh this much. You're this tall. This many calories coming into the body per day is going to help you maintain. If you want to lose weight, you shorten up you reduce the amount of calories. If I'm hearing you correctly.
And we have a machine, which is we use for your resting metabolic rate, that gives us the number.
The metabolic rate, yes. You're resting.
And then we just add in the activity, so it takes the guessing out of it.
And I think, Kim, that's one of the big misnomers that people have too, especially women. They say, "Oh, well, if I work out with weights, I'm going to get bulky. I don't want to get bulky. I don't." And the thing is, they don't realize how hard we work as men to push weights, and we have more hormones that help us grow muscle. So I think there's a misconception for women too. The strength training is going to increase that resting metabolic rate, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
But also for women, when you look at the ones that have given birth, it's great for bone structure. As you get older, if you want to call it that, or more mature, it will help those like bone deficiencies down the road. But also, the leaner you are, the more calories you burn. The more weight you lose if you want to lose weight. Muscle weighs less than fat.
You know what's odd?
So that's the key.
I was talking to them a second ago, and they were talking about that you can overwork out, and I didn't know you could do that. And also, like Quincy, our gunsmith, they're working with him now, and him to lose weight and trim down, they're making him eat more, and he's losing a lot more. So that's actually really interesting. Things that I didn't know.
Cleaner calories, probably. Probably
it's
more.
It's not only cleaner. It's actually, people think that you don't need to feed your body, and actually calories, you need fuel to actually fuel your body. So once you actually start fueling your body, that's when your body's like, okay, you are going to feed me. I don't need to hold on to the fat I have been holding on for energy.
I got you. All right, it's time for our lightning round here. We're going to jump into the lightning round, give you some top tips, nuggets of advice, and parting words of wisdom from our expert contributors.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning round.
All right, here we go. Thomas King, Florida Firearms Academy. Top tips, nuggets of advice.
Well, Florida Firearms Academy, of course, we have 40 different types of classing, but we really want to focus on defense, competition shooting, bullseye shooting, and the fun stuff, bringing back firearms as a fun safety sport that we all love. So come on and see us if you have any firearm needs. We do NFA, and we also do a lot of other kind of training. So look at our website at ffatampa.com or give us a call at 813-221-FIRE.
Awesome. All right, Kim Kasem, Pride Strength Training.
Yes. The biggest thing about our facility, and I'd love for you to come and check us out actually, is the assessments that we have. So we basically take the question marks out of your ideas of how you should train, how much should I eat, when should I train. So that's what we do.
Awesome. I like it. Jeff Walters, Pride Strength Training.
Let's take the excuses about not having time. Just get to the gym, show up, lift weight, eat right, get healthy, get stronger.
Yeah, especially, as we age, the cholesterol levels increase, the habits that we have built over the years of, some of the late night snacking. That's what gets me.
I've done
the late night calories.
They have this camera system there that checks your bones and all that. How many say there's 8 cameras there?
It's actually called Dari. It's an 8-camera markerless camera system, so we can actually depict your body. We can tell where you're prone to have problems, and it's actually a system that we have in our facility.
Yeah, that's a good point. With strength training too, is going to increase your bone density, right? So especially for the seniors, a lot of folks that are kind of aging into that demographic of being a senior, the more strength training, actually lifting weights, is going to help build bone density. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more resistance training they do.
Yeah, more resistance training. So there's 2 types of training, anaerobic and aerobic, right?
Yes.
Would you care to break them down for us?
So aerobic is more using cardiovascular, like you're running, etc.
Yep.
Anaerobic is more like resistance training, whether it be bands, weights, body weight, and those things.
Yeah.
And you can combine both. I think when you combine both, you get more bang for your bucks. So running an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day to lose weight or whatever is good. But when you combine the resistance with that, it's even better.
And you start out, is it still ideal, at least from when I was a personal trainer back in the day, like 20 years ago or so. So the idea there was, hey, get a quick 10 to 15 minute warm up. Let's get the muscles pliable. Let's get the body flowing, and then do your strength training while you still have your glycogen levels, your high levels of energy in the body, and then finish with cardio, because now you're going to burn all the excess. Is that kind of the idea?
It's still the same basic idea, but I think now you can flip it either which way. The key thing is getting some dynamic movement in there to get the heart rate up, get the blood flowing. If you want to do your cardio first, you can. If you want to do your weight training first, you can. Or you can do weight training, cardio, weight training, cardio. Now
interval.
people go, interval training, or like some people call it high intensity training.
Yeah.
So it's what the person wants or what they need at that time for themselves. If the focus more is on cardio, do the cardio first. If it's more on weight training, do the weight training first.
Yeah, I know when I start wrestling around with friends or whatever, you get in those situations where you're playful, you're wrestling around. My breath is gone quick. I'm like, man, wow, it goes fast. It seems like your cardio goes pretty fast. So I think, especially as you age it, get that cardio in, the elliptical machine, whatever you like to do. I like boxing and things like that. And
the biggest thing is just to be active, though. But I think a lot of people just overtrain. They really, you don't have to go to the gym for 2 hours. I mean, in our facility, if you're there more than an hour and 20 minutes, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. And that's going to help you be more motivated as well, not burn out, right? You're going to have burnout and fatigue, and you're going to be in a position where you're not looking forward to going. And, if you're in and out 30, 45 minutes, at least you hit the gym that day, you got your metabolic rate up, and you're burning calories for hours after that workout, after you've left the gym.
Yeah.
Right.
I always thought you were there for 3-4 hours working out all day. I had no idea.
You did that long, you wasted a lot
You
of
said
time.
Quincy does 45-minute workout, right? That's
35 minutes.
Yeah, by the time he's in and out,
that's right. And then you can get back to work, back to whatever you need to do. And hey, another great show. Thomas King, Kim Kasem, Jeff Walters, thanks for coming in today. Thanks to all of our listeners, our producers out there, TV show version on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. The Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook as well. Link up on LinkedIn, and let's connect. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community, and we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.